Hey guys, it's Mike here, and in this video, I want to discuss something which is a question I've been continually asked across numerous videos during my time on YouTube. That question revolves around the Dragon Ball Z villain Cell, and has to do with his place in the Dragon Ball afterlife. That question is, why does Cell have a soul? Now for context here, as it was established in the Cell saga of Dragon Ball Z, Cell is an android created by Dr. Gero. Although he was likely infused with the same hatred towards Goku as Gero's preceding creations, Cell was programmed with intimate knowledge of the Z fighters and with the express purpose of achieving his perfect form. A form which could only be attained by absorbing androids 17 and 18 within his being. So this prompts many people to ask, why would Cell, who was created in a lab by Gero, and his computer, have his own soul and be capable of going to hell when he dies? From this point of view, you would think that Cell would simply cease to exist upon his destruction. However, I believe the answer to this lies in Cell's creation itself. After all, unlike the other previous androids, Cell was a bio-android. He wasn't created from a collection of mechanical components, but rather he was an amalgamation of the cells of the mightiest warriors that we had seen up to that point. He wasn't simply switched on like a machine, but was rather born. He began life gestating within a test tube. There he was nurtured until eventually he was ready to leave and realize his intended purpose of achieving perfection. Cell wasn't a mere machine, but rather the perfect life form which had its own will. He was self-aware, could create new life through the Cell Juniors, and naturally could die. So if he could do all of that, then couldn't he also have a soul? If we take a look at the brief glimpses of heaven in the Dragon Ball Z manga, we can see all sorts of creatures. Naturally, there are humans, but there's also aliens and even animals. So if all of these creatures possess a soul, then it only makes sense that Cell, another sentient life form who is himself composed of many of these other beings, would also have a soul. So in conclusion, I believe that Cell has a soul because of the method of his creation and his genetic makeup. This is why both King Kai and Goku assume that he would be with them after he self-destructed in the Cell saga, and why he appeared in Hell during the Dragon Ball Z filler, as well as in Dragon Ball GT. Although considering the alterations that Toriyama made to Hell in Dragon Ball Super, I can only imagine what sort of personal nightmare Cell finds himself in right now. Make sure to subscribe to this channel and enable notifications so you could see all of my content right away when it comes out.
Yeah, and you better subscribe.